What's going on, guys? This is Rahim here with another OneXPlayer 2 Pro EVA Edition video. There's a few things since I had this for about 24 hours that I noticed that were a little bit annoying, and I want to help people to know what to do when they first get their device. Okay, there's a few things that you would definitely want to do, in my opinion. I'm just recommending that you do. Okay, first things first, let's assume you don't have a keyboard. I don't have a keyboard. When you press anything, any kind of search, a keyboard doesn't come up. Now there is a keyboard button, but that comes up the little small keyboard, which might be fine for anybody. I don't like Bing, sorry. The small keyboard is this button up top. I think by default it's one of these X's. No? Okay, that one. Yeah, this keyboard sucks, okay? Anyway, so what we want to do is have this keyboard up whenever we want to type something, instead of having no keyboard or having to press a button and then hoping that it catches where it's supposed to be typed at or whatever. So how to do that? Very easy. So you just hit the Windows button. Okay, go to settings. Okay, scroll over to accessibility. Hopefully this video is clear. I'm sorry if it isn't. And then you want to go over to keyboard. Feel free to pause the video if I'm moving a little too fast. Go to typing. Okay, and once you get to typing, you want to hit this arrow. It's a drop down, and you want to make sure show touch keyboard is set to always or when no keyboard is attached. Okay, and that'll automatically allow you to have that keyboard come up whenever you get to a search area, or if you want to go on the internet and right away and download Google Chrome, because nobody's gonna be sitting here using Microsoft Edge, and you know it. Well, certain things you can't do, can't type. So if you have that off, which is it's set to never by default, so when you click this, nothing happens. So you want to just put that on always or on when no keyboard is attached. I don't want it to get confused, so I keep it to always until I have the OneXPlayer 2 Pro's keyboard or some other keyboard involved. So that's really important. So that's first thing I want to show you guys. The second thing I wanted to show you guys, let you guys know what to do, make sure you download Discord. Okay, if you go to Discord and you go to the One Netbook group, we're probably resolving a lot of issues that you probably running into if you didn't do this first. So go to the OneXPlayer 2 thread and then scroll over to the pins. Okay, my internet's a little slow here. And in the pins, you're going to see a lot of things. Okay, you're going to see a driver package for the EVA edition. Shout out to Beauty, okay, for adding that in there. You're going to see more drivers from Milk Soda. You're going to see a lot of things. I uploaded the latest 1X console, which is what I'm using right now. If you look here, it's a little bit slow. Do I even have it open? No, I don't. So I got to open it. Where do I have 1X console? Yeah. I thought it was set to open by default when Windows starts, but for some reason, sometimes when I restart, it doesn't automatically come up. Don't know why. Try not to ask questions. Okay. Okay. So the latest 1X console is a beta, the one that I uploaded, and in that beta, you have a lot of options here. So you can go here to language and personality, and you can use the EVA edition theme, or you have some other themes here. You can also change the language, so there's a lot of cool things that you can do with the latest version. And this system has a little update, but it doesn't update to the betas. So if you want the latest EVA edition 1X console, you want to get it from the Discord group. I uploaded it there. Okay, and then you want to close this out by just minimizing it. Okay, and now we should have the EVA colors when I press the button here. There we go, EVA edition UI. That's how you use that, and you get that from my link that I put in here that I got from Chinese, basically Chinese Discord. We're gonna just say Chinese Discord because that's easier to understand. QQ. So yeah, that's the driver there. But yeah, it's not just that. There's other things here that are very important. Gamers Generation. All of these people uploaded information that you're going to need to know, and it's all in the pins. Okay, In fact, one of the most important ones that I thought was important was something that Beardy posted up, and it was called Things Not to Do. I know it's here somewhere. I've seen it. I've seen it earlier, but yeah, here it is. Wait, no, this is not it. But anyway, shout out to Beardy and all of these people. Here we go. Things not to do. This is a very, very, very important thing that he pinned. And I even read through it when I got my device. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I read through it, because I'm the type of person that likes to tinker and mess with settings and do all kinds of things. And this actually saved me, because I could have bricked my device, or I could have destroyed my video RAM. So definitely read through everything in the pins before you do any kind of crazy operation when you first get this device. It's very important. And, you know, just jump in the community. You know, we're very active here. You see there's things, people are helping each other out. I'm an admin there, and we're all pretty cool. I mean, everybody helps each other out. You know, there's other sources to, you know, import and stuff like that. But definitely get your Discord, log into Discord, and check this thread. Very important. And check the pins, okay, before you do anything. Okay. Speaking of One X console, whenever you're downloading something driver related for the OneXPlayer or any one netbook device, it may come up as a virus because the system doesn't recognize it. Windows does not recognize it. So how do we fix this? It will stop you from downloading it. It will quarantine it. It will do all kinds of things, and you'll never get the driver downloaded. How do we fix this? Before you download and install the driver that I just showed you, like the One X console, for example, what you want to do is, see at the bottom here, I don't know if you can, if it's blurry or what. At the bottom here, you see that little green check mark. You want to click on that icon, that shield, the green check mark. And what that does, that opens up virus and threat protection. Okay, you want to click on that, scroll down, go to virus and threat protection. Go to virus and threat protection settings here, manage settings, turn real-time protection off. That's all you need to do. You can always turn it back on after it's installed, but turn it off before you even download One X console. So this way you don't have any issues of the computer thinking it's a virus. And then when you install it, everything's good. You can always turn back on real-time protection. Real-time protection is great, but it thinks things are viruses that aren't. It's the same with arcade games. If you play arcade emulation, you already know what I'm talking about. Arcade emulation got a whole bunch of things running in the background, patches and all this stuff. And what it's going to do, real-time protection, is going to delete those files and stop you from being able to run the games. So if you're playing, like, you know, emulation, arcade emulation, that's definitely a must to make sure you turn off real-time protection when you're doing any kind of emulation regarding arcade games, when you're trying to install any kind of drivers from one netbook. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's another huge thing. That's a quality of life fix. And you know, let me see what else. I wrote some things down here. I guess I got all that. Oh, last thing. No, there's two more things. This is the next to last thing. Okay. If you find yourself in a situation, okay, where you're like, hey, these buttons are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. The turbo button doesn't do this. This button doesn't do volume up and down. That's because this is not volume up and down, guys. This is a macro button, a macro key, and so is the turbo button. All of that stuff can be seen in One X console. When you open up One X console, okay, and you click on this, So you see One X console running in the background. You right click on it. I don't know if this is visible because my camera likes going in and out of things. But as you can see here, this is allowing you to dictate what those buttons at the top do, because they're shortcut keys. They're not volume up and volume down. As you see, there's a button here that says X1 and X2 keys change to volume up, volume function. That's how you map that to volume up and volume down. I see a lot of people writing me and saying, hey, before even I got this device, when I didn't have a OneXPlayer 2, so I couldn't really explain to them, like, you know, that it's a macro. I wouldn't have known because I never got this device until now. But this is why I'm glad I can clear up some things. So yeah, so these buttons up here are all macro buttons. You can map them to multiple different things, and you do it by right clicking on One X console, and you see all these other options. Now I haven't gone through all of this. I don't know what every single thing does, but there's one thing that's pretty obvious. You know, X1, X2 keys for volume up and volume down. Right now, they're not volume up and volume down. I believe X1, X2 is, I believe it's, let me remember. X2 is keyboard by default, and X1 is home button. So like it'll take you to the home screen. Okay, which is usually on this side with the other OneXPlayers. It's not usually at the top, so that threw me off too. Now I haven't read the manual yet, so I don't know what everything does. I'm just have this device for 24 hours, but yeah, after a month or so or a couple of weeks, I'll have a really full review and things I liked about it, things I didn't, and stuff like that. I plan on doing like speed tests on the ports, the USB port, the SD card slot, the Thunderbolt, the USB 4 ports. I plan on doing some speed tests for you guys and seeing what the differences are versus the OneXPlayer 2 Mini Pro. So, you know, there's a lot of things I have planned. Just bear with me on time. I'm trying my best to make sure I get these videos out when I can. The last most important thing you can do is like and subscribe. Yes, I'm going to be that annoying person that says like and subscribe because it really helps. It keeps me motivated to continue to make videos. I know a lot of people are doing this already, but you know, I like to do it my own way, like my take on it. From a gamer's perspective, you know, from a collector's perspective as well. Is this worth it? You know, are you going to have fun with it? You know, how I feel about it. I like doing these kind of things, but you know, I want to make time to do these kind of things, and I'll get motivated when you guys like and subscribe. So like the video if you can, subscribe. I appreciate you sitting through this whole video of me basically talking. I think I hit all the points that I wrote down pretty much. Yep. And if I forgot anything, I do apologize. I'm gonna come up with something, a couple of other solutions in the next video as far as like quality of life, things that I've realized and I noticed. But remember, this is just 24 hours and I only had this for one day. Basically downloaded games overnight, tested out some things. Oh, there's one more thing, and I almost forgot it. See, I'm glad I was thinking about it. One more thing. When you're installing games on Steam, okay, let's say you got this today. You got this device today. You're extremely excited like I was. You downloaded Steam. You installed a whole bunch of games overnight, right? By the time you woke up in the morning, you're like, yes, I got a whole bunch of games. I'm going to take this to work with me, and I'm going to try it out on the bus or on the train. Guess what? Games ain't going to work. So what you got to do is make sure each game you download, make sure you boot it at least once while you're online before you leave. So not every game, this rule doesn't apply to every game. Like Elden Ring, I didn't boot anything at all before I left for work, and it booted just fine. However, Street Fighter 6 was like, I think you need to be on the internet to load this game. You know, so it's really annoying. And I tethered with I use hotspot, 5G data hotspot, and connected to this while I was on the bus, and it still did not make a difference. It would say I'm online, but it still will not launch the game. I don't know what that is, but make sure if there's a game that you want to play immediately and you don't got much time before you have to leave the house after you download a whole bunch of games, make sure you run that game at least once while you're on the internet. It don't matter, just boot it and then close it out. It don't matter after that. But it has to be run at least once on the internet. And that's a Steam related issue. It has nothing to do with the game, because Steam will give you some error. I wish I could replicate it right now, but I can't. But trust me when I tell you, try to boot the game at least once before you leave. Otherwise, you end up like me. Like I was on the bus on the way to work. I was like, yeah, let me throw on some Street Fighter, you know. By the way, oh man, this D-pad is great for Street Fighter. Anyway, I don't want to get into too many different things in this video. I don't want to stretch it out too long. I appreciate you guys sitting here and watching this long. But yeah, hopefully this helps some people that have some trouble that when they first get this device. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.